Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here, and welcome to day 6 of the 31 Days of Halloween. Yeah, as you know, I've been going through the Texas Chainsaw series, and up next is Texas Chainsaw 3D. Now, from what I understand, the new movies in the series, this one was definitely not well liked. I actually haven't. It's been a while since I've read online what people disliked about it. But let me I'll figure that out like after I do this review or whatever. However, I'll just give you a brief synopsis of the movie. Now, this actually is a sequel to the original movie, so like it kind of just like forgets everything else that happened. I don't even know if they counted Texas Chainsaw at the beginning as a legitimate prequel, but they went with a sequel to the original movie, which I don't understand why they didn't just do a sequel to the remake. I don't know what went on that they just said, we're just going to go back to the original and do a sequel. The remake was really well liked, so there's really no reason why not. But anyways, it basically starts off with cops coming to the Sawyer house and pretty much setting it ablaze and killing the entire family. So that's like the beginning of the movie. Like, it just kind of is like that's where this movie starts off. Then after that, you pretty much get this group of 4 teens who they go out to basically one of them learns that they're the last of one of the clan of, I don't remember their last names. Let's see if it has there. No, it doesn't say the names of the last name of the woman who died, but she finds out that she's a Sawyer, and she kind of she inherited this estate, this like lavish estate, which we know from when they walk into it that it's the house of the Sawyers. So I'm going to give some spoilers in this review, so I just a warning if you guys haven't seen it yet. So pretty much from there, all 4 of our friends get to the house, and then you can imagine what happens from there. So this one's a little bit different. Like, the storyline is a little bit different. It's a it's definitely less of a slasher film, I feel like. I don't know, like the Texas Chainsaw series, like the remake and the beginning kind of feel like good, like typical slasher films. This one feels kind of like one, but also doesn't at the same time. Let me explain. So like the killings are really randomly, like, I thought they weren't really well set up, kind of like the beginning. However, I'll take that back. I think 2 of them were really well set up, but that's one of them was the cop, the policeman. I don't know if you guys has seen the movie, but I thought the policeman's was well set up. But basically the first death comes like less than 10 minutes since they got into the house. Like, they get into the house and then they leave to go get supplies. So, and then the one guy starts stealing stuff. So you're like, oh, well, this guy's gonna die. So, and he does. But like, it's so randomly put into the movie. Like, it happens so fast that it's like you don't even really get time. I guess it does happen to the boyfriend in about that same amount of time too in the original, which is my one complaint about the original, is the kills all happen so fast. But I think all 3 of her friends are dead, or at least taken away, at like 45 minutes into the movie. So this is a 92-minute movie. Well, like 87, 86, like without credits. They are like, I'm just like, okay, we'll see how this, but so like obviously it's like very story oriented. basically the people who came to the Sawyer house and pretty much killed all of them and burned their house down find that, you know, Leatherface is still alive. So Leatherface is the only surviving member of his family, along with, you know, our main character. Basically, they come and they try to kill Leatherface again, and our main character stops it and learns that, you know, she should take care of her cousin, and she does. So pretty much she joins Leatherface, and it kind of makes Leatherface less of like just pure, like just this evil force, and kind of like just a misunderstood human. So my thoughts on this one. I know that a lot of people hated it, and I'm sure that the ending and that, you know, kind of thing, that storyline that they took with that, is sort of why people hated it. Is that it's not just a, you know, your typical slasher movie, where it does definitely make the character seem almost good, and our character kind of seem almost, you know, joining their family, so kind of pretty bad too. Also, the fact that all of her friends were murdered by Leatherface doesn't really come up in this either. But, you know, it's there's a lot of scenes where, like, I was like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, it's been pointed out before in other reviews of this movie that the girlfriend of the main character goes to shoot Leatherface and says, "Welcome to Texas, motherfucker," and she is from a different state. I can't remember where they're from, but they're not even like, they're not from Texas, and that just line makes no sense in the movie. Like, it makes no sense. There's no reason for her to say that. It just was annoying in there. I was like, okay. But I gotta be honest, with the rest of the movie, despite having some flaws, like for instance, this is the first, and I think the definitely noticeable movie that uses CG. I think only CG was used in this movie, and that's probably because they shot this in 3D. And I did watch this in 3D, and they have some really cool 3D scenes in it. So yeah, that was pretty cool, I will admit. But yeah, the rest of the movie, I gotta say, I was down with it. I liked the movie. I thought that you know, I knew what to expect from this movie. Like, I think my brothers told me about how it ends before, but I also just was like, okay, so this is how it starts. Oh, she finds out she's a member. Oh, she's going to be joining them at the end of the movie. I just kind of knew it. There were some twists and turns of, like, different people who were bad or good, you know, that I didn't see coming. I generally don't like to, like, guess things at the beginning of the movie, unless it's, like, completely obvious, which that one was completely obvious from the beginning of the movie that she was going to be joining them. That was really the only way I could see the movie ending. Like, I thought unless Leatherface, like, became good or something like that, she was going to join them. Like, I didn't, like, so I didn't, like, I thought that it was fine, but I'd be curious to know, like, where are they going to go from here then? Like, what's that going to be like? Is, like, that, like, so, like, I know that there's one supposed to come up in 2017, so that'll be interesting to see where they go with the series then. But yeah, beyond that, I gotta say that I would probably give it the same thing that I would give the other ones. I thought the kills were, I mean, this is again another one that was, like, pretty brutally violent. So, like Texas Chainsaw at the beginning, it didn't have, like, the effect that it had on you as in Texas Chainsaw at the beginning, because it was CG. So it wasn't, like, as, like, it didn't feel as personal or as brutal. The other thing is that, damn it, what was I going to say? Oh, to be honest, when I was watching it, it had the feel of My Bloody Valentine remake. For some reason, like, I was watching it, I think, like, the CG effects kind of looked the same. The way that it was paced, the action kind of felt the same. There was a lot of the same 3D that was kind of used for a couple of the scenes, which I liked. I thought that the 3D didn't look out of place here. It was pretty fun. But yeah, it was. I enjoyed this. I would rate it the same as I've rated the other ones. I'd give it a 7 to a 7.5 out of 10. I do think I would definitely watch this one more than I watch Texas Chainsaw: The Beginning, or I'd say I might watch this one the most out of all of them, just because it's one that's really not that scary. I will say that it's not overly scary. There were a couple times where I was definitely tense, like the cop when he's searching through the whole house. That whole scene was pretty tense. I definitely say that. But for all, I did enjoy this. It was definitely an enjoyable movie. Yeah, so I give it a 7.5 out of 10. So yeah. I'm glad that I did watch the whole series of Texas Chainsaw. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So yeah, that's my review of the whole Texas Chainsaw series that I will own. I will never own the third one or the Next Generation. So those are the 5 that I will own. And man, I'll probably watch these again soon, probably in November or something like that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks again for, watching with me. And please like the video. Let me know what you think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I'll be back with another video tomorrow, although I will be in Pennsylvania tomorrow. The movie's not here. I'll be reviewing When a Stranger Calls tomorrow. I'll be watching that on my way home from here, from Chicago. I'll be back home in Pennsylvania tomorrow. So, see you guys in Pennsylvania tomorrow. Have a good day.